Hey everybody, Yankee here. Today I want to take a little time and address a tragic event that recently occurred. If you haven't already heard, and I can't imagine you haven't, recently one of our great public servants, one of our bravest and boldest, one of our police officers was heinously and viciously attacked and struck down in the street by an acorn. Yes, that's right, an acorn. An acorn fell on top of his squad car, and when he heard the thunk, he thought he'd been shot. And he ran, threw himself on the ground, and then emptied his gun into the back of his cruiser, where someone was already sitting that he had just arrested, endangering that person's life, of course. And he did this because he thought that person was shooting at him and that he had been shot, because an acorn fell on his car. I don't know, maybe a squirrel planned this. Maybe this was a heinous attack on him. But still, I think it's a little bit of an overreaction, even if the squirrel was premeditated in this act. Like I said, this guy really overreacted. And his partner also overreacted a little bit, but I'm not as mad as his partner, because his partner reacted to him on the ground, screaming he's hit, shooting into the back of the car, and then he proceeded to shoot into the cruiser as well. And a lot of people are mad at him too, but I'm like, well, what he was reacted to is a lot different than an acorn falling. So it was the first officer that I really want to deal with today. And I want to talk about this situation because it's a perfect example of how police departments are hiring the wrong kind of people. Most of the people that are police nowadays shouldn't be police officers for one reason or another. They've really changed the type of people they want to hire. It used to be, and I come at this with a different perspective, a unique perspective, because I went through the training and the hiring process in the 80s, and I went through it again, if you remember the videos from back in the early days of my channel. I went through it again in the 2010s. And it changed so much, I was disgusted in the 2010s. When I went through it in the 80s, they did a lot to weed you out. They wanted to make sure, everything they did, they were wanting to make sure that you were the right kind of person, that you could make good decisions, that you were good under pressure, that you could control a situation without escalating a situation, that you were intelligent, that you had a desire to help people in need. All those things. That's what they wanted in a police officer. They didn't want soldiers, they wanted peace officers. That's why if you were in the military, you had a very hard time getting a job as a police officer when you got out. You weren't the kind of person they wanted. Nowadays, that's pretty much all they hire. And when I went through the process again in the 2010s, every single question wasn't made to see if you were the right kind of person. It was made to see, can you follow orders? Can you keep your mouth shut when other people don't follow orders or don't follow the law? Can you feel like you're a member of a brotherhood to the point where everyone else out there that isn't in your brotherhood is your enemy? Do you have a chip on your shoulder? Do you have a God complex? That was basically what it was about. Do you know how not to go outside the chain of command no matter what kind of crime you see a superior commit? There were questions like that. And it was very clear that they weren't trying to find the right type of police officers. They were trying to find jackbooted thugs that know how to follow orders and have chips on their shoulders and want to control people. They have inferiority complexes. That's what they're hiring these days. This guy isn't an isolated incident. He is the product of the new system. That's what they want. Don't think this guy is just, oh, he slipped through the cracks. No, that's what they look for. That's why they want ex-soldiers. They want people who follow orders and do as they're told and don't speak out and don't go to anybody outside the chain of command. It's what they want. It's what they're getting. And this guy's an example of that. He's one of those people. He's not smart. He doesn't make good decisions. He just knows how to follow orders and do as he's told and not rat anybody out, like the majority of them these days. That's why I say there's not a single good cop. If anybody disagrees with me, come on in my live chat and let me know. But I don't think there's a single good cop, because there's a lot of bad cops and the good cops ain't doing nothing about them because they don't want to jeopardize their pensions, etc. So there ain't a good cop. So I wanted to talk about this today because, like I said, I was tired of people saying, oh, how'd this guy get through the system? The system is designed to hire this kind of guy. Period. That's what they want. So that's what they've got. And that's why I don't trust law enforcement. I wouldn't trust them anyway, just because they have power. And you should never trust people with power. But nowadays, when they're clearly just recruits for a standing army to control the population with no skills whatsoever as far as being a peace officer, I think people should be really concerned, and this is just a perfect example of that. But not letting it go to waste, I wanted to try to commemorate what happened. Maybe honor him a little bit here with some designs. So I made some designs for merchandise for TYMP that commemorate this. There's actually 4 of them. I did 4. I kind of went a little crazy last night. The first one is Wanted Nut. You know, say what you want. That Acorn shouldn't have started this. If he hadn't started it, it wouldn't have happened. And I'm sure those cops want to get him for exposing their ignorance and their incompetence. So we got a wanted poster here for that, like I said, that little crazy Acorn. So this is the Wanted Nut design. Also, I did another Acorn design that says, "You'll never take me alive, coppers," just to show you how violent and crazed that Acorn was. If you don't think, if you feel bad about what that guy did, well, you should have been in his shoes. Maybe you would have done the same thing. Don't judge so harshly unless you're confronted by an angry Acorn. And this shirt will kind of make you think about that, or shirt or mug or whatever you get. The next one is, I think, the most important one of all. It kind of illustrates the dangers that police officers face in their everyday activities. And this one is called "Shots Fired, Officer Down." It's actually just called "Shots Fired." And you can see here, poor, competent police officer just wantonly attacked by a vicious squirrel and his malicious Acorn. That Acorn is a deadly weapon. He could have choked on that. So that's the third one, the "Shots Fired." I think that's probably my favorite of the 3, or of the 4, because there is a 4th one. I actually did a 4th one today too. And the 4th one is for people that, I know you're out there, you're going to side with the Acorn. There's always someone that sides with the Acorn, period. So I wanted to do one for those people that are going to say, hey, we don't know what that Acorn was going through. We don't know what that Acorn's motivation was. That Acorn was probably scared for its life even. So I did one for those people, and it's Acorn Lives Matter. This is the ALM shirt. So if you're one of the people on the Acorn side, there's a design over there for you too. Now, all these designs are currently available in t-shirts, coffee mugs, and magnets. So go over and get one if you want. Hopefully by tomorrow I'll have them in stickers, hoodies, whatever. If there's something specific you want, one of these designed, like on a sticker or a hoodie, just come in the live chats and let me know. So come to the live chat if you want to chew me out by saying there's no good cops, or if you want to come in and just say, hey, I'd like this design on this item. Come on in the live chat. We do live chats every day at 6 p.m. Pacific time. They're open to everybody every day except for Monday when they're members only. So come on over. But for now, that's what I wanted to say. This is not someone who slipped through the system, this police officer. This is the system now. This is what they're looking for. And if you want to help TYMP and commemorate this moment, go on over, buy yourself some of the custom merch.